E aí galera, beleza? Júnior Mestre na área para mais um Destroy Music. Não! É isso aí, chegamos a mais um Destroy Music Now aqui para vocês, né? Hoje com uma edição especial aqui, né? Trazendo aí um convidado internacional aí, né? Essa nossa terceira entrevista já internacional com o amigo Boco, grande amigo Boco, né? Eu confesso que eu não sabia a pronúncia do nome dele, né? Eu falava Boco, né? Boco, mas a pronúncia depois que eu vi a entrevista aí, né? Então é Boco, grande amigo Boco. Boco é vocalista da grande banda Extreme Smoke, Extreme Smoke 57, lá da Eslovênia, né? O amigo Boco também tem um fanzine muito foda aí chamado The Missing Link, né? Fanzine muito foda aí com grandes entrevistas, né? Inclusive entrevistou o Mesher, né? Uma grande entrevista com o Mesher lá, acho que é a pior das bandas que tem lá, acho que é o Mesher, o resto é tudo banda fudida, muito massa mesmo, né? Hey Boco, thank you so much for the interview and your great zine, The Missing Link. I really appreciate it. Bom, então vamos lá, né? O Boco também tem uma outra banda aí que ele tocava também na mesma época aí, né? De 96, que era o DTW, né? Uma banda bastante conhecida aqui no Brasil, que é a Dirty Than Word, né? Dirty Than Word. Foi mais ou menos nessa época aí mesmo, né? 94 até 96, mais ou menos aí. A gente tinha bastante contato via cartas, né? Bons tempos aí das cartas né, tanto a Extreme Smoke quanto a DTW aí, grandes bandas aí, né? O pessoal era muito conhecido aqui no Brasil naquela época aí, né? Entre os amigos aí, os correspondentes aí, né? Então, é isso aí. Vamos conhecer um pouco mais aqui do amigo Boco e a banda Extreme Smoke. Come on, Boco! It's you, bro! Vai lá, Boco! É com você, meu amigo!
Hey, Junior. This is Boco from Extreme Smoke 57. Thank you for the opportunity to make this interview. Even it sounds quite weird to make it an interview with myself, kind of, but okay. So, let's start with the first question now. I could say it happened back in 70s, in the late 70s, beginning 80s maybe. When I was 9 or 10, my older sister, she gave me the, how to say, she was the first to introduce me to the hard rock music and the early punk rock stuff. And I think one of the first bands I ever heard was Deep Purple or Uriah Heep and The Clash. And I still do like these bands. I have lots of records at home. It still kind of influenced me, especially Deep Purple and The Clash. It was just a few days ago I got their original record. What's the name? Give Them Enough Rope from '78. Really excellent record, really nice. Yeah, and it could be, and that from this time on, more and more music happened, of course. I start to, going in the school, meeting other schoolmates and stuff, maybe some older people. And yeah, we started to exchange the music, but it was quite in the very young age. I started to like this heavy sound, and I guess that was just the beginning of my musical or anti-musical journey, whatever you call it. Yeah, that could be. Yeah, with the Extreme Smoke 57, we started in March 1990 It was just accidentally. Before we had some band. There was in '89 me and some two other guys, schoolmates and stuff. It was called Epilepsy Nervosity Rumorator. Then we shorted to Epilepsia. And it's quite funny story, because we was rehearsing in the living room of the guitar player, and he was just kicked out to the school. I said, fuck school and shit, I go work. So with his first monthly page, he bought his first guitar and some shitty guitar and a small amplifier. And the next what he did, he bought some kind of drums, let's say, a few cymbals. And he put all together into his living room in a very big building, like 7 or 8 floors big building, and there in the middle we start to rehearse at home when everybody was at home, and we make a lot of noise and shit. Of course there was the neighbors didn't like it really, but his parents was okay. They said, fuck it, it's good, we don't care. But the neighbors didn't like it. And then after this we spoke with with a house manager or something, and they give us the shelter, the bomb shelter that was in the same building, just down in the basement. They said, okay, make your noise here. And that was excellent, our first real rehearsal space. So we started to make music there, or noise, or whatever. And then Eddie came by. He was, I don't know, a few years older than us. He heard we played music, we do something, and he got this idea. Let's make some noisecore project, just for fun and stuff. And this time we was already into noise and grindcore stuff, and into this English blast beats or crustcore, whatever you call it. And yeah, we like this shit. So we said, okay, let's go there. And that was just one afternoon. We got 4 of us together, like me, these 2 other guys from Epilepsia and Eddie, and we was kind of exchanging the instruments. More or less, I was always on the vocals, but it can be I also played guitar or something, and Gogo and Kuria. These are 2 other members. There was exchanging drums, but more or less I was on vocals, Eddie on guitar, and Gogo and Kuria drums. So we recorded 350 songs in one afternoon, like a pile of noise and shit, lots of fun, and that was really funny. Yeah, and we got, then Eddie said, let's name this band Extreme Smoke 57. He got this idea from, I think, from Hadjo of Patareni. There was in some old interview, some Yugoslavian fanzine or something, when he stated something in the end of the interview, Extreme Smoke Corona. And Corona, it was some old cigarettes, the same as 57. It was some old cigarettes, but I will come at that point later. Yeah, and that was the beginning. But we only wanted to make one demo and split up. And we continued with Epilepsia, the band. And Eddie, it was quite active in the tape trading scene in that time. Then I followed him later. Also, I started to write letters, exchanging tapes. But Eddie was, I think, he was the first in Nova Gorica, in the hometown where we live, where we come from. He was the first to introduce all this grindcore and noise scene that I'm really thankful to him. Thank you, Eddie. And yeah, he started to send out the tapes of this 350 demo, rehearsal, whatever. And the people actually like this noise. And okay, so okay, we left that project. It was just a project. We split up and let's go on. And then I don't know. I think the summer passed by. That was still in 1990. The summer passed by, and the autumn came, the colder days and stuff. And I don't know. We met again. This idea, but maybe we could. He said people like this noise and they asked me to record more. And we said, okay, who cares? Let's go down just to play something and let's do something more. And so yes, we make another demo. The second one, I think it was the 99 demo tape. Rehearsal demo, no posers. It was quite good demo. It was a really controlled noise or something. Still improvised everything, but quite good. And I don't know. After this, we started to meet more and more, and do more and more noise. It was not a project anymore. It already became a serious band or something. Yeah, and that was the start, and then we recorded more rehearsal demos. And I think that was the start of the band. So, to continue about the recent releases, the last release, what we did was the live CD, Dead from Untergrund. That's Untergrund is a club in Slovenia. We recorded. We had a gig there. I think it was 2018. And so we make this CD. The recording was okay and shit, but okay. Now we preparing a new album. It's gonna be not really an album, but for me, all the releases are albums, so it's equal. And the next, the new one is gonna called Stage 5 Salvation. It's gonna be released very soon, first on CD, and later we hope on the LP as well, as a limited edition of 100 pieces. But first, it's gonna be a CD, and there's gonna be also a live recordings from the tour we did last year. There was a tour in Spain and Portugal and France and Italy, and this is the recordings from France, from Toulouse, and the main songs, the last 5 songs we recorded last summer. It's just 5 studio songs, and so we said, why not? Why not to put also some other recordings on it? And we had these good live recordings from France, and so we put it together, and this is gonna be the new release this year, very, very soon, I think. And yeah, that's it. Just a moment. The ages are going, and so I'm becoming blind a little bit, so I need to use my glasses. Like I said before, 57, there still are very old Yugoslavian hard working class cigarettes, really horrible cigarettes, but that back in time everybody smoked the cigarettes. I think our guitarist, he still kind of smoke it, not so often because he don't smoke so often, he just likes to smoke joints and shit. But that's the meaning of the band. Extreme Smoke 57, these horrible cigarettes. And that's it, nothing special. This is just a name for fun stuff. And if we ever played in other bands, of course, all of us, we had a lot of bands, a lot of shit. If I start to tell you all the bands, there was too much of them. Like Eddie, the original guitarist, he used to play in the 80s with some punk or death metal bands, kind of death metal bands. And even Dejan, the bass player, he already played in the 80s. Me, I started with these bands, what I told you before. And then after, in 93, when we split up, we make other bands, but it's just, there was just too much of them to tell you. It was just really, me personally, I played in about 20 bands or something. So it's useless now to say all of them, but all of them was good. I don't know really. To tell you the truth, I don't know really. There are a lot of bands. A lot of things changed. Lots of old activists from the old scene, they disappeared. Some of them still resist, and some of them, I don't know, they just disappeared. But new kids are coming, new bands. But I can tell you there is no fences at all, no fences. It's the new age of living. It's not like it used to be in the 90s. Of course, everything changed. The mobile phone came, the internet came. People become too lazy to start. But there are some people creative in other way. I can't tell you really about the underground, because to tell you the truth, I become a bit older, so I taking care of my shit, and can't follow anymore so often like I used to follow before. But I'm still interested into new bands, to see what they're doing, what they're not, maybe, what can I say, some artistic shit. There are people active, like everywhere. It's the things are going. They still exist. But it's also one thing. A lot of places and clubs are closed now in Slovenia. That's really a pity. Really shit, sad story. That happened like 5 years or 6 years, maybe even more. Maybe even 10 years ago, they started to close down a lot of nice, very, very nice places to make party and play. A lot of bands play there. Also, there are not so much festivals anymore. These underground festivals. There are still few of them, but some beautiful festivals they just don't exist anymore because. Of course, everything is about money. You have to pay everything. You have to pay electricity, come on. You have to pay everything. Nothing is for free. And so if people don't come and support, nobody can get money, shit together, pay the bands, or give them food and drinks. It's just impossible to do. So yes, I understand why these festivals don't exist anymore. But there are some other shit that's still going on, and this is positive. You need to always to look into bright future, let's say, or maybe into the dark night, whatever. But yeah. Maybe some other people can say much more, but you know we all have internet, so just explore what to say. Okay. Now become a very difficult question, I think. Number 5. What do you think of this recent increase in Nazi ideas in some countries, including bands spreading those ideas?